It's 12:39. You are listening to the Midnight Talk on Islam Media. We've seen the violent protests, the looting, the destruction of property, the loss of lives and income with the hashtag Free Zuma protests. And we've also seen the community members, we've seen business owners trying to fight back, trying to gain or rather to protect what they already have. And it hasn't been an easy thing to watch. It has been like a scene from a movie or The Purge, as some people have been calling it. Very scary stuff and very scary times to be living in at the moment. So on today's safety and security segment, I'm joined by Mike Bolhuis, a specialist investigator into serious and violent and economic crimes, to tell us more about how can we react to this and how do we protect ourselves? Mike, good day. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for the opportunity. I apologize for my voice. I'm still reeling from the effects of COVID, which is one of the issues which I will address here. And I'll do my utmost best to give the advice that is required. So let me start by saying I fully agree with the government's decision on a level 4 lockdown. And this is in order to save lives and protect our public. So if we look at what's happening in this country, it is absolutely unlawful for all these protesters, everybody just jumping on the bandwagon, using the excuse of the arrest of President Zuma, the EFF and so many others just jumping in, looting, and absolutely not only taking and stealing, but breaking and burning and killing amongst each others. Those who have stolen TVs will be or have already been robbed by other ones in their community. So it is it is lawlessness that I haven't seen in a long, long time. The videos, the photos, the dead people being slashed, shot, law taken in its own hand, videos of police vehicles filled with furniture, other authorities, municipality vehicles, city council vehicles filled with liquor, police being attacked, embarrassed, hurt, beaten, and people attacking randomly. It's like an absolute. There is actually no word. It is horrific, and it has a serious effect on our children in our country, which sees this, because everybody is on social media. Everything today can be seen on social media. You will have these criminals attack all these properties, and they will film it, and they will send it out. You will have people in high regard sending voice notes, giving command that places with names and brands must be attacked, and specifically color. I must say at this point, this is something that hurts our nation to the bone. All races, all ages, all religions, and all colors. This does not bring any betterness to our country, and it definitely does not assist the rest of the public. It's absolute disaster. The government should take serious action. The government should, for once and for all, get the security forces, the army, all the private investigators, all the security companies all together and say, if this happens or keeps on happening, you have the right to act against. Remember, if somebody throws a stone at you, Mariam, the crime that is committed is 3 ways. It could be GBH, because if a stone hits you in the face, it's grievous bodily harm. Secondly, it could be an intent to kill you, the intention to kill you. And thirdly, if you die, it's murder. So I have seen so many situations. We've received so much feedback. We have been inundated with calls and requests to even uplift by helicopter people that are in fear of their lives. We have so many malls and institutions and businesses. We are up to here with trying to protect and serve everybody, which the government and the police is not doing. So I urge the government, and I hope they see this, that they would say and give the authorities to that institutions that I've mentioned, the police, the army, all private and security services, that they stand together and they should act against these people. In other words, those who attacked must be dealt with, and if it means shooting back and killing some, it has to happen now. Now, it can have a dire effect or it can make it stop. So it's very harsh words that I'm saying now. But it comes to a situation where it's an either us, the innocent, or them. Mm-hmm. And remember, it's usually, as I've said, the children, the women, and the old people that suffers the most because of these crimes. And mm-hmm. I don't see a way forward unless violence is being dealt with reactive violence. I'm not saying going in and just attack, but I'm saying when being attacked, when policemen are being attacked, they should have the right to shoot back and protect themselves. But here's the other problem. You get hundreds of people storming you, and this brings me to your question, how do you protect yourself in your house and you as somebody that has a business? What mm-hmm. else can you do but run? I can have 2 big guns, 15 bullets, 6 bullets. I can shoot them all out, but the rest will come through and will maim the family, kill everybody. And remember, the criminal of today comes prepared. He comes with pangas, guns, fire, you name it. And once there's a group running towards the intent to commit crime, and that nothing will stop in their way, it's like an adrenaline rush. It's like a spirit that gets behold of these people, these criminals. They are criminals. And nothing will put them off. No blood, no cutting off of limbs, anybody in the way, man, woman, or children. So when you are attacked in your house, unfortunately, I have to say, mm-hmm. you have to get to a safe place with your family or you will be killed. The same with a small business. We have had calls from so many small businesses that just wanted extreme bodyguards and also wanted to be removed. So you have seen it. The public have seen it. The shops aren't only just looted, Mariam. They are destroyed. Mm. Not only that, there's this arrogance, this absolute arrogance of filming everything and sending it wide. So crime begets crime, Mariam. When you see, if people is in a rampage like this and they are committing crime and they see they can do this and can get away with it, it begets crime. They're first of all doing it because they can and can get away with it. There's no repercussions. They are a mob. They are a group. You need to check it out, and you need to be very careful if you think you can just be a Rambo or a MacGyver and react, because you can put yourself, your whole family, and so many others in danger. When I earlier said that the government must put its foot down and say, and get us all together and say, let's all as security stand together against, I have said that we should be able to react and then shoot. And if it means killing people, which is harsh words, I also said that there could be a bad reaction to that. It can just incite it to become worse. But we have to make a decision somewhere. But here's my another problem. I don't see the sufficiency, the effectivity in the police, the infrastructure of the police cannot cope with these kind of crimes. They cannot prepare themselves. They cannot protect cities. There are small towns that are completely destroyed. You know, if you look at what happened at the Mamelodi Mall, in its own community, the very people living around the Mamelodi Mall came in and destroyed it completely. And then burning, trashing, and then the police got involved, and they also get involved in the stealing and the looting. This is extreme bad news. Mm-hmm. The public sees this, everybody sees it, and once all the food has been eaten and the TV at home that's stolen doesn't work because there's no license, and you cannot give a reference number, or the remote wasn't taken and the one has stolen from the other. It's absolute murder. But once all this is subsided, it will be the very people that will complain and say there's no food and there's no infrastructure. I know what that will cost because we protected it for 2 years, and just getting it built took 2 years. Because every Tom, Dick, and Harry and wannabe builder wanted to work there and then halts the building where they do the contract hijacking. So I know how much the Mamelodians, I'm using one example of many cities and towns that have been completely destroyed, the infrastructure. And surely the government should say now, from here, we're not going to allow this, and let's set it straight that we need to be feared and respected. But my concern is infrastructure of our country. Can it deal with this kind of crime? It definitely can. I don't feel protected and served. I, as a specialist investigator, which have units, I've got a very big and strong, well-known, feared and respected organization. We are in fear. And fear is a good thing because it makes you aware and awake. I don't.
All right, guys, we are talking about the current situation that is going on at the moment with the lootings of businesses, the vandalism, the destruction of property, the killing as well. It's like images from a movie, but it's happening right here outside of our doorstep. It's happening in our country, and yeah, it's very sad. It's very disturbing, and a lot of posts have been shared around. Some true, some not, some just aggravated, some. Yeah, but still, we have seen it even on live visuals from the news. We have seen that this is not something that we want to be associated with. Mike, thank you for staying with us. Just having a bit of network issues over there. Now, going forward, what can we do? You know, we want to be safe. We don't want to be part of, you know, we don't want to find ourselves in a situation like that. You know, being a victim to these criminal activity.
Miriam, I didn't hear your question, but you started by saying what do we do by going forward?
Yes.
I've already advised, and I also apologize for the poor quality, that nobody should take the law into their own hands. I'm warning the public that wants to jump in and do something. We are not prepared. We have to work with the government. I have full faith in President Ramaphosa's decision concerning the COVID rules. That's number one that needs to be enforced. And surely the COVID rules and laws are very strict and can deal with all these rioters and criminals. Secondly, I would suggest that the public works together with the government, giving them one more chance to do something about this, and that we will support the government and work with them and root out all forms of corruption, especially the corrupt police that is involved or any other government official that is involved. Because here's the situation, my friends in the government and all the people that I know in the police. Your families eventually will be affected by all this violence in our country. You will have a child killed one day, or involved in drugs, or involved in being a rioteer, and and entering a jail sentence, etc., etc. This affects the whole country, everybody, especially the innocent. And that penny needs to drop. And then thirdly, the government should especially deal with the EFF as an illegal racketeering syndicate, mafioso kind of gangsterism organization. It has to be dealt with. The EFF is the one that is blowing the fire in all directions. The EFF is the petrol that's been fueling the fire. The EFF has been sending and have been dealing with the public and especially abusing the illiterate and the people that aren't knowing what's going on. So in other words, they are leading many a people by the nose and abusing them and inciting them. And I'm not saying it's only the EFF, because if you look at all these groups, it takes just one or two people to start running into a mall, everybody follows, whether it's EFF or any other political institution, which makes them a gang, which makes them a group. But the incitement, the fuel, the blow comes from the EFF, and the government should for once and for all put their foot down and say, we are not scared of a political party, and if they act criminally, they should be exposed and they should be prosecuted as a racketeering. Racketeering basically means you commit all forms of crime. You're involved in all forms of crime, especially against crimes against the state. And remember, we are a democratic country, so the government has to protect and serve and has to adhere to our requests. And the government cannot allow any institution, whether it's a gang group, I don't care who it is, or individual, or political institution, to commit these heinous crimes and get away with it. And lastly, I would say that the revision pertaining the Weapons Act should be very, very clearly and thoroughly re-evaluated, that we should be able to protect ourselves when there's imminent danger. Miriam, if you are going to be attacked and you have a gun, you must have the right to preserve your life and those of others around you. That can never fall away. And we should, lastly, which is probably the most important, we should look past all color, creed, all kinds of faith, all political institutions. We should look past everything and anything and only see crime as the common goal that we want to eradicate. If we not as South Africans, if I not with my workers, with my staff, with black and white, with all colors, with all faiths, with all institutions, don't hold hands and say we are against this crime in our country, any crime of corruption or anything that's wrong, and we are more than them. Unless we do that and look past each other's differences, and as I've said, all our different credos, we will never overcome crime and we will never win. So I urge the public to once more impress it and press the government to take very serious action, and let's support them and help them, and let's deal and prevent this kind of crime in future, because our economy, Miriam, cannot take this. This is millions of rands. And let me tell you, the next thing that's going to collapse is the insurance firms, because an insurance firm can only pay so much. What then? And the banks has already given 6 months grace on the COVID. The COVID is also not helping. I know of more than 30 people that has died. As I've said, I'm still suffering of it. The consequences of COVID is immense. It had a very serious effect on me. It was the worst time of my life. I'm still going through it. I'm still not healthy. And so about 10 of my other investigators as well. I have seen more than 30 people die that I know, that is clients, advocates, veterans in the Parabats and in the Recce squad. So COVID is obviously having a serious effect on our country, and the government is doing its absolute best to protect and serve us there. And now this, where all the COVID rules are broken, where the criminal element just goes in and absolutely slaughters our country, is absolutely, totally unacceptable. And the government up there and the police there and the municipalities and everybody there cannot hide from this, because it will have a serious effect on our economy and our lives. And my heart goes out to the youngsters, the old people, and the women in our country. I don't know if you have any other questions, Maria.
Mike, thank you so much for your time. Indeed, we have a long way to go as a country, but thank you so much once again, and please get well soon and have some rest and recover well.
Thank you. We pray for all of you out there, and we ask that God will keep his hand over you and bless you and keep you, and be safe. And please, let's see if we can all make a difference. Thank you, Miriam. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Mike Bolhuis, specialist investigator into serious violence and economic crimes, taking us through what we can do when we are faced with a situation where, looters or rioters come, invade our properties or our businesses. And as you mentioned, that don't take the law into your own hands, but sometimes if you can protect yourself, do it. Protect yourself, protect your family, but go about doing it the right way as well, and not just by firing live shots and rounds at people. Maybe in the air, that will try and scare them away, but also when criminals come prepared. And we don't want to see a war as it is. It is already a war zone out there. And we need to fight. We need to fight this crowd. We need to fight these things, these elements that we are currently facing as a country, and we have a long way to go. And unfortunately, that's it from me for today. I will be back tomorrow once again, 11 to 1 p.m. right here on Salam Media. So do share with us your questions, your queries, suggestions, or comments to our WhatsApp line on 061-766-0355. From myself, Mari Mukwanda, and the Salam Media team. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.